What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Mock Draft Guy YouTube channel. Today we are rolling right along with my 7-round 2023 team mock drafts, and we're going to team number 4, which is the 4th pick in the draft, and that is the Indianapolis Colts. So we're going to be doing a 7-round mock draft for the Indianapolis Colts. A lot of things that could go on over the next few weeks. I mean, the Colts and Chris Ballard haven't been shy about saying that they will probably do anything to get up to the number 1 overall pick. So whether that be for Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Will Levis, I don't really know what we're going to get, because if they get number 1, obviously they'll have their pick of any quarterback that they want. But we're going to roll along right with the picks that I've made so far. So if you're new to the series, at number 1 overall for the Bears, I took Jalen Carter. At number 2 for the Texans, I took Bryce Young. Number 3, I took Will Anderson. And at number 4 for the Indianapolis Colts, I'm going to take CJ Stroud. I think this is a no-brainer. I'm not going to overthink it. I think if there were any doubts about CJ Stroud as an NFL quarterback, they were answered in the game against Georgia. He was fantastic. He's been fantastic over his entire collegiate career. Let's not overthink it. I'm going CJ Stroud here at number 4. And then moving on to pick number 35 here in round number 2. I had a little bit of a problem deciding which need I wanted to attack next. Offensive tackle is a huge need. Bernhard Raimann was terrible this past year. They drafted him. He was really bad at left tackle, so they definitely need another tackle, and they definitely need another outside boundary weapon. And I think I'm going to go a wide receiver here, and I'm going to take Rashee Rice out of SMU. Monster year, 96 catches, 1,355 yards, 10 touchdowns, 6'3", 203 pounds. He's got great size for the boundary. I think it would be a fantastic addition to this passing offense, and I'm a really, really big fan of, once you take a franchise-type quarterback, to take a wide receiver so they can go through camp together, build that chemistry throughout the offseason. Once they hit the field, they hit the ground running. I think it would be a great pickup for the Indianapolis Colts at number 35. So then with the 3rd pick at number 79, I'm going to go with an offensive tackle here. I think it's very necessary. Bernhard Raimann was picked last year, but he was pretty bad this past year. There was also clamorings last year that he could be best suited to be a guard at the next level. I think before the Colts completely do away with him, I think it would be wise to try him there, especially with the woes that they've had everywhere else on their line, really, except for center and left guard. But I am going to go with a tackle here. I think it is already necessary to replace Raimann at left tackle, and I really like Matthew Bergeron here at a Syracuse. 6'5", 322 pounds. He's got a great frame. He's really strong, nice long arms. He's got a good reach, and he's athletic. I think it would be the perfect replacement for Raimann at left tackle, and then maybe you could shuffle him along somewhere else on the offensive line. So I'm going to go Bergeron here at number 79. Then I'm going to switch over to the defensive side here. I know edge is a pretty big need, really an underrated need for the Indianapolis Colts. Besides for Kwity Paye, I'm not really confident on anyone else that's in that depth chart there right now. I think they need to go out and they need to get someone that can get some consistent pressure off the edge. I like Byron Young out of Tennessee here. Now, don't get it twisted with the other Byron Young that's from Alabama. Byron Young from Tennessee, 6'3", 245 pounds, had 7 sacks this past season. He was a consistent force on the edge. I don't know why they have him listed as a defensive lineman. I mean, he is technically a defensive lineman, but usually that means defensive tackle. He is not a defensive tackle, especially not at 6'3", 245 pounds. So this is definitely going to be a terrible grade when I pick him. Let's see. All right, C, not that bad, but I am going with Byron Young there for a little bit of consistent pressure on the edge. Then with the next pick at 138, I know I said that I would like to experiment moving Raimann over, but I mean, if you look at the depth chart of the Indianapolis Colts, the interior of their offensive line is very, very thin. They're going to have to acquire some more talent to fill out that depth chart, because they've experienced quite a bit of injuries this past year, and we've definitely seen what the back end of that depth chart can do, and they need some depth. So I like Ricky Stromberg here. I like him to play guard at the next level. I know that 6'4", 318 pounds. He played this past season at Arkansas as a center. That's great. They do have Ryan Kelly, who's a 3-time Pro Bowler as well. Maybe he could be a long-term answer for Ryan Kelly. I doubt that, though. But I'd like to see Stromberg come in and take some snaps at the guard position. This wouldn't be the first time that we saw someone switch positions. You think of Landon Dickerson when he was taken in the second round by the Eagles. He was a center. He moved over to guard, and he's a fantastic guard in the NFL. And I think Stromberg could follow suit, especially in the later rounds here. We're getting into round number 5. This is where you find the majority of NFL linemen. So I think Stromberg would have a really nice home in Indianapolis. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but for 2 of the first 3 7-round team mock drafts I've done, I've drafted a special teamer. For the Houston Texans, it was a long snapper. For the Arizona Cardinals, it was a kicker. And we're going to continue that trend here at pick number 206. You could laugh at me, you could curse at me in the comments, whatever you want. I don't think Chase McLaughlin is the long-term solution for the Indianapolis Colts. He only hit 83% of his field goals this year, which was good for like 19th or 20th in the NFL. I think they could do a lot better. I like Noah Ruggles out of Ohio State. Yeah, I know he missed that big kick. Whatever. Who cares about that? But I do like Noah Ruggles. I think he is the best kicker in this draft, alongside Jake Moody as well. And the Indianapolis Colts need a kicker, so I'm going to go with Noah Ruggles here at pick number 206. And then at pick number 222, I'm going to go with a little bit of interior defensive line depth here. Besides for DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart, there really wasn't too much in terms of Byron Cowart and Eric Johnson. They didn't really do too much this past year. I think you need an impactful defensive tackle behind those 2 starters. So I'm going to go with Jalen Redmond here. This is a guy for Oklahoma that was 2 seasons removed from having 6.5 sacks in the interior. He had 4.5 sacks this past season. He's got good size, he's got good strength, and I think he'd be a very valuable depth piece and a spot starter for the Indianapolis Colts. So with the last pick for the Indianapolis Colts at pick number 237, I'm going to go with a little bit of cornerback depth here, and I'm going to take Nick Jones out of Ball State. 6 foot, 185 pounds, had a really, really nice junior year. 2 interceptions to go along with 12 pass deflections. Both were career highs. I'd love to see them build on that, and I'd love to see him get drafted here. This would be a great probably special teamer and maybe second stringer for the Indianapolis Colts with some starting upside maybe in the future. And there you have it. That is my 7-round 2023 Indianapolis Colts mock draft. Thank you guys so much for watching today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a like, please leave a comment, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This is team number 4 out of 32. We're going to be doing this all draft season long, including player profiles as well. So I hope you guys check those out. Thank you guys so much for watching today. Have a great day.